So I just did a video on, acknowledging one's feelings. And not suppressing. I feel it is so important to allow yourself to be with whatever is inside you. I think that is like the biggest thing that it's been the biggest, I think, I think it's been the most destructive thing that I've done to myself, is to try and run away from everything that wants to be seen inside me. Now it's been like a few years of me actually trying to meet all of that, and actually letting these things come up and move and be released. And it feels like the body is constantly resisting that, because I feel like I've been so used to, or so conditioned to, just shove it all away somehow, and it feels like, it feels like so much energy goes into trying to avoid feeling what is there, that you end up having almost no energy for life itself at all. You're so focused on this running away from what wants to come up in oneself, and then you end up just you just end up becoming numb. That's how I felt. I felt completely numb for a long time. I was just, it felt like so heavy every day. I almost felt like it felt like the most difficult thing in the world just to get out of bed. This heaviness, I feel it all came from this not meeting what was there, not allowing myself to see the emotions that were there. At the end of the day, I also started isolating myself from life, from family, from friends, from experiences in general in life, because I feel like there was this fear inside of anything that I might do might trigger something in me to come up, and then have to try and face that, or have to use the energy to try and suppress it. So it was this constant, it took so much energy to try and not feel these emotions, that I just didn't have any energy for anything else at all. And now it's been a few years of just starting to meet all of that, and still taking some time for me. I'm sure for some it will happen very quickly, just depending. I mean, some of you, I'm sure, already naturally are more in tune with what happens inside you, and if that's the case, that's beautiful. I know it's not comfortable always. I definitely notice how a lot of things don't feel comfortable for me, but I'm learning to step into the uncomfortable, and bit by bit. I know it doesn't have to be, all the way at once. I know it can happen progressively, step by step. But I know, or at least I sense that it feels true that I don't want to suppress things anymore. I don't want to, pretend like something is not there when it is, because I notice how much that has affected my life in a way where actually at some point I felt like I wasn't, I felt kind of dead. I mean, I was moving, I was breathing, everything was essentially functioning, but it felt kind of like I was just a corpse, you know, a moving corpse, a living corpse, I guess, kind of like a zombie. That didn't feel good. I want to feel alive. I want to experience this life fully, even if that means, you know, being in situations that do not feel so comfortable. And again, I know that this doesn't have to happen, you know, like immediately go all the way, experience full everything, you know? Yeah, just little by little, you start to step out of your comfort, allow yourself to have experiences that will make you feel things inside you that maybe you're not so comfortable with. But I feel like the more you allow yourself to feel everything that comes up, the more you're going to start living life fully and not in a state of like, not in like a zombie-like state, like I was at least a while ago. It's still a work in progress. I notice here there's a tension, the jaw and the throat, in the chest, head, even my digestive system very often feels bloated. I don't know if that's related to it, but it could be. But I definitely notice like this feeling of like the body wants to expand, like something in me wants to expand, but there's like this constant counter force, like a contraction. And I think this is like this deep conditioning in my being, at least, that has sort of taught me to not feel these things, to not feel what is there. So it takes time, but when it's ready, it will happen. Each of us at our own rhythm, I'm sure. Love you.